over at the end of the round.
Lucky for him, it didn't happen earlier in that round.
Stop standing out there.
Coming up tomorrow night, the next installment of De La Hoya Pacquiao 24/7.
I am feeling brand new. At 35 years old, I'm still feeling young and strong and fast.
We have to train hard. And if you train hard, the fight is easy.
And the live fight, Saturday, December 6th, HBO pay-per-view. Oscar De La Hoya, the best-known fighter in boxing. Manny Pacquiao, pound for pound, #1. CompuBox numbers on power punches through 4 rounds. Kirkland, 99 out of 163. Vera, 32 of 157.
Bruce Blair, who trains Vera, takes him to Ocean City, New Jersey, near Atlantic City, and runs him on the beach because, as he says, I believe in sand. And then he takes him to Philadelphia to get good sparring.
And Wolf was upset a little bit at Kirkland because he's getting hit with a right hand when really that's the only punch that Vera's throwing, and it's the only punch he's throwing. He shouldn't really get hit by it if he knows that's the only punch that's Vera's throwing.
Now Kirkland seems to be a little bit more disciplined and concerted about putting punches together, and he seems to have Vera wobbling once again, rips him with a right hook. That right hand has come to life.
And throwing some body punches in there that are really slowing Vera down. And Vera nods at him as if to say, good work.
Vera looks very weary in there. He's holding when he doesn't really need to.
The 154-pound weight class was utterly nondescript about a year and a half ago. And it was populated by older fighters like Vernon Forrest, guys without a lot of pop like Sergio Mora. Now all of a sudden there's an influx of talent in the 154-pound weight class, including James Kirkland, whom you're watching here in the black Everlast trunks. Alfredo Angulo, a former Mexican Olympian who, like Kirkland, is very sturdy and a strong puncher. Sergio Martinez, a brilliant Argentine fighting out of Spain who has amazing speed and left-handed skills.
It seems to me that Kirkland's found his mark right now. He understands what he needs to do, and he realizes that he could get Vera out of here with a couple punches. All he needs to do is assert himself and aim for the chin.
Well, we're in round 5 of a scheduled 10.
I think he's trying to do that, Lennox, but Vera is just still right in his chest and landing a right hand every 30 seconds or so to remind him he's not going away. Not yet.
Yeah, Vera's just not cooperating. He's cooperating in terms of taking the punches. He's not cooperating in terms of going away.
Well, you know, when Vera fought Andy Lee, he was getting beaten all around the ring for 5 or 6 rounds, and suddenly Lee ran out of gas.
That happened on March 21 of this year. And this is Vera's first fight since that time.
Fight with some variety, and the opponent can anticipate the punches and see them coming. It's going to be harder to get him out of there.
Yes, that's very important to throw different punches, different array of punches out there and not get your man used to one punch or expecting a punch.
Well, now he's going to the body with it already 3 times early in the round.
See, when you go through the body 3 times, you got to bring it upstairs now. That's what we're talking about, mixing up your punches and not allowing him to think that, you know, all the punches are going to go to his body.
But whatever happens here, Vera is some hard case. You're going to run into fighters like this in your career that they're going to be awfully hard to go, and maybe they won't.
Vera says he's a former junior college baseball pitcher and right fielder. Batted right, threw right. lives on straight right hands in the ring. It's just about all he throws. Asked what role he played as a pitcher, he said he was a closer. He's going to have to hope to be a closer here, just as he was unexpectedly on March 21 against Andy Lee.
And incidentally, his father was a journeyman heavyweight.
Well, Vera's showing some good movement and kind of keeping himself a steady moving target for Kirkland and making it not easy for Kirkland to hit him, but Vera needs to keep them hands up a bit more and not accept too many punches as he's accepting right now.
And I get a sense, Lennox, that Kirkland, who was breathing through the mouth and breathing heavily at the end of the 5th round, is trying to get a little bit of a breather here in the 6th. Not working as hard as might be the case offensively, although it's hard to stay away from all these opportunities that Vera presents.
Well, hopefully he can do it in the next round, and this round is a rest round for him. You know, some boxers like to do that. Take a round off, think about what they need to do, take a good hard look at it, then the next round they pick it up.
Flurry from Kirkland reintroduces violence to the fight. He drives Vera backward with a body shot.
Vera's style looks almost like sometimes he's going to fall over because of the fact that he's off balance most of the time, which is not good. Most, you know, if you reach this.
Suggested he was trying to get a little bit of a rest in there. Vera 10 of 70. Vera's activity level went up in that round as Kirkland threw less. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, 6-0, 60-52, James Kirkland. Jim, I got to tell you, James Kirkland, you know, he's got his mouth wide open. He does look a little bit tired, but he's one wicked left-hand puncher. Not doing much with that right hand. Larry saw it early. Larry was 100% right. The guy is a left-hand puncher, but you know the judges can't miss it. He's doing more damage with clean, effective punches with his left hand. 6-0, James Kirkland.
And I liked how Kirkland mixed up his jab there. He threw a jab, uppercut, and then a hook. And this is what he's supposed to give Vera some different things to think about. Vera's just got his mind on one thing, and that's trying to land that big right hand.
And also somehow taking all of the big shots with which Kirkland is making the crowd go ooh and ah. You know, James Kirkland was adamant in saying to us, Lennox, yesterday that he'd be ready to fight Mexico's Alfredo Angulo right now. But we've seen Angulo, how sturdy he is, how strong he is, and mostly how relentless and indefatigable he is. I see Kirkland tiring from time to time here. I don't think I ever saw Angulo get tired even for a moment in the fight we covered against Andre Serkan.
Angulo's a tough, rough customer. And Kirkland could be biting off a big mouthful when he goes against him. So
if he really wants to fight him.
And it would be a good fight too. I would love to watch that.
Oh, sure, it'd be an aggressive fight.
It's a little premature. I think that Kirkland is showing here that he's got lots and lots of promise, and he needs time to polish himself a little bit. Because one of these days he's going to run into a fighter who can take it like Vera and also dish it out like he does.
See, look, you know, you look at Kirkland right now. Why do you have your left hand down against a guy that throws right hands all the time? You need to keep that up.
Very few relentlessly aggressive fighters like Kirkland get to the top or stay there, because somewhere along the way they'll run into a slick boxer or a guy who can punch through not much of a defense. So that's why we're keeping an eye on Kirkland, see how he progresses next year, assuming he gets through this night and this fight, and see where he can improve his defense a little bit.
It's because what fans like better than anything is a relentless, non-stop aggressor like James Kirkland.
Toughness, he's tough as nails.
Agreed. Punches hard with either hand. You know, we're constantly asked who and when on the subject of the next meaningful American heavyweight, the next real threat for American domination in the heavyweight division. And right now, if you had to choose one American on whom to hang your hat, it's probably Cristobal Arreola. Round 8 of a scheduled 10. James Kirkland came in looking for an early round knockout against Brian Vera and landed the kind of leather with which he might have expected to get that job done. But Vera, throughout the fight, has been down only twice, despite fairly frequently taking big left-hand shots. And he's already eaten one in this round. Kirkland came in with 20 knockouts and 23 wins, and there's the third knockdown of this fight.
And importantly, it was with a short right hook. The punch he hadn't seen before.
I want you to walk to me. Walk to me. Walk.
Remember, we spoke about varying what he was doing, and so that little right hook dropped him.
Vera says to the referee, Vic Draculic, "I'm not hurt." Almost as if to say, you shouldn't rule a knockdown there. Forget that I bounced off the canvas. And now Vic Draculic has seen enough.
I think that was
Kirkland lands a violent left.
I think that was a good stoppage, because it was unnecessary to take those type of punches.
I do too. I mean, Vera was showing us how strong he is, how tough he is. But there comes a point where there was really no return. He would have to score a knockout to win, and we didn't see anything suggesting that he could do that.
This is what we need, great referees like this.
Well, here's another look. And you see Kirkland ducking punches from Vera and then coming back with quick counters, and that's the knockdown earlier in the round. Left to the body, right upstairs, as Larry pointed out, a quick right hook, the punch that Vera had not seen before. And then here's the end, and watch what Lennox was talking about, as Kirkland lands one thudding left, and then the second one brings Draculic in to stop the fight.
Kirkland was impressive, I thought, facing a guy who was really tough. He showed after the 4 or 5 rounds he could dial it back, be a little bit more patient, vary his attack. He still needs a few fights to sharpen himself up before he's ready to take on one of the top contenders. But we want to see him again.
And for the second time in his career, Kirkland has an 8th round knockout. Here are the particulars from Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vic Draculic steps in and calls a halt to the contest. The official time, 1 minute, 45 seconds, round number 8. The winner by knockout victory, still undefeated, from Austin, Texas, James Mandingo Warrior Kirkland.
Final CompuBox numbers, and you see Kirkland landing 219 more than Vera, throwing 62 more than Vera. Anytime a guy lands more than 50% of his punches, very likely he's on his way to a wipeout win. Vera showed amazing courage and resiliency in taking the kinds of shots he took over the course of 8 rounds from James Kirkland before finally going down for a third time and then prompting the stoppage of the fight.